Welcome to SoCal Surf with Dan Nappy. The perfect day of surfing is what we call this one because it was absolutely perfect for me. And you've heard me say before that some days I'm good and the ocean isn't, and some day the ocean's good and I'm not. Well, today everybody was good. It was perfect. The sun was shining. The water was very pleasant. There was very little current, but there was a current, so you did have to paddle quite a bit. But there was peaks everywhere. And we were lucky enough that we had 6 friends, and we pretty much dominated the north side of the pier for quite a while. And not that we were trying to, it's just that there was 6 of us, and we're communicating back and forth and doing our thing, and other people just kind of move away from that for some reason. And so it was perfect for us because we were kind of getting the waves we wanted without too much competition. And I was just having a blast, just able to get upright. I was on my 7-footer, which, I probably could have done my 6-footer. It wasn't that big. It was only shoulder to head high. And so it was very perfect size, I think, for maneuvering and stuff. It wasn't hard to paddle out because there was breaks in the ocean, so the waves would come, and then it'd be a low, and you could paddle out without even duck diving. Then some more waves would come, and then it was mellow out again. So it was very relaxing. It wasn't very, sometimes the waves are coming one after the other, and it's a lot of work, and it's tense. And for me, I was sick for 3 days, so I wasn't surfing. And so getting out there today, I was a little skeptical. That's why I took my longer board, because it paddles easier. And I was afraid I wasn't going to last very long. But the ocean was mellow, and it gave me a lot of recovery time, because every time I paddled out, I was exhausted. Because when you're sick, I think there's a lot of stuff on your lungs that doesn't let you absorb the oxygen as much as if you were perfectly healthy. So pretty lucky that the surf was what it was, because it made it easier for me. But I was in the zone, as they say, in sports. Every wave I got, I was able to get my feet on right, get my balance right, make my cuts perfect, and, just perfect winding down the wave. And it was really great. Very nice weather, a great set of friends around, and even some of the people that I don't know, some of the other people that were with us, knew them. So in essence, we pretty much knew everybody that was around us. There were like 10 people. And so it makes it for a very pleasant morning without having to have a lot of people that aren't friendly and aren't nice about it, which happened later, but we'll get into that later as well. So surf was perfect. I got a beautiful left that was just my perfect wave. I took off in good size, slid down the face pretty fast, slightly angled. So I was already angling to the left when I was paddling. And so when I stood up, it was already going in that direction. And I kind of just leveled off a bit to my right just to get the speed. And as soon as I did, I made a huge bottom turn because I leaned into it as hard as I could just to see if it would work. And I came off the bottom fast because when you do a good bottom turn like that, you keep up your speed. And then I just peeled off the top, really hard backside turn there, and then just slid down the front again and did another easy turn off of that one, and then just kind of drifted out of the wave and sank, grabbed the nose, and paddled out. And then me and Eric were going for a wave we were very close to each other, and he had the inside, so I was ready to duck dive under it. And then I was paddling towards the corner because if I got to the corner, I wouldn't have to duck dive. So I was paddling towards the corner to avoid the wave. And just then, Eric yells, "Go, I can't get it." So I just turned as quick as I could. I didn't even have to paddle. I just turned and leaned forward, and the wave caught me and shot me down the wave just as I was standing up. So I was going really fast before I even got my feet set. And as soon as I did get my feet set, I pushed hard on my left foot, which is my back foot, right on the pad. And you've seen those rubber pads on the back of the board. So I stepped back on that and just pushed hard off my left foot and came real hard off the bottom. And then I was able to get up into it and just under the lip and then rode that for a second or two. And then it gave me a spot to make another turn. So I did a nice off the top, kind of a sweeping left turn, I guess you'd call it, and then kind of slid down the wave and then did another bottom turn and then caught up into it again and did another turn off the top. And then just then it was starting to close out. So I didn't know whether I wanted to jump off or do one more turn or what. So I was kind of indecisive. And that's not a very good thing to be when you're on that wave, because if you're indecisive, you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get smashed. And that's what happened. And so my indecision caused me to catch an edge on my left, and I just fell forward into the wave and rolled over. But by then the wave had mellowed to a small knee side, waist to knee, I guess waist to knee. And then I just didn't roll once and it was over because it wasn't very big at that point. And when going to my right or to the right towards the pier, there's a big plus there, because you get off that wave and the current starts pulling you right back out without even having to paddle very much. So I did a real easy paddle, which for me was really great, because having been sick for 3 days, I wasn't able to breathe because the oxygen wasn't getting into my bloodstream there. So being able to paddle out very easy and mellow was a big plus. And then as I even got close to being outside, I stopped paddling altogether and just sat there. And no waves were coming, so I just drifted out and over without having to paddle at all. So I got back in the lineup with very little work. So that was the plus of going right. And I had quite a few rights. I think mostly rights, now that I think about it. I've only had 2 or 3 lefts, and one was awesome. The other one was a closeout after a turn or two. So the rights were better for me today, and I did see plenty of people getting lefts. So it wasn't that they weren't there, but sometimes you don't get them. And then sun get a little higher, and it was getting warmer. And I was in the right wetsuit, because I had gotten my summer suit back yesterday and put it on. And it's a Hurley. It's a good suit, thin but very flexible and comfortable. So it's a really good suit, but it had some problems, so I took it in to get them fixed, and they fixed it. And so I had that one on today, which made it a lot more pleasant, because the other day, a week or so ago, when I was out in my winter suit and the water and the sun was out, the water was warm and the sun was hot. So as soon as that hit me, it would just start heating up in that wetsuit way too much. So good, had the right wetsuit, had the right board, had the right waves, had the right temperature. Just a perfect day at the pier. That's why I'm so psyched right now. I think I'm talking faster than I usually talk, just because of the adrenaline still running through my body. And so, yeah, I'm an adrenaline junkie. So it's probably going to be the same tomorrow. I don't know for sure, but, you just have to go see. And when, offshore breeze like it is right now is pulling the hot air off the shore, off the land, and going towards the ocean, so it makes it very, very warm. And today's Friday, so Saturday, I don't know. I usually go on Saturday because the crowds, but you never know. And there's also going to be an air show here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it's supposed to be a big deal. I heard them running some jets yesterday, rocking the house. So there's a big air show today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And so it's going to be crowded around here for 3 days. They say it's going to be U.S. Open type crowd. And that's a lot of people, no parking, so may not be the best time to come down unless you're a fan of airplanes. Then it'd be a great time to come down. I'd probably either park in the state park off of Beach Boulevard, or just park inland, bring a bike and pedal down, because you're not going to find any parking down here. It's too much. It's crazy. Well, lucky to be here at the beach. Very fortunate. So until next time, what I was going to say about the crowd is when the people started coming out, the 9 o'clock crowd started coming out, they aren't as friendly. They're not nice. They're a bunch of younger punks that just, I don't know, they just have an attitude, which is not necessary. I mean, we're all there to have fun. So mellow out, dude. It's just surfing. All right, thanks for listening. I will see you, or check out our sponsors, snappyclothing.com, Merch Hero, Task Bullet, and Swing Easy Hammocks. Thanks for listening. See ya.